Hi there YouTubers, it's another video here from me, Evelyn. We're going to be reviewing a unique series that came out on Disney Plus. It's called Blood Free. Now it's another Korean series by all means. The premise is actually bordering on like the hypothetical. Is about veganism, is about genetic superiority. Now I'll get down to the bare bones of it. It stars, you'll recognize this actress of Han Hyo-jo. You saw her on the now popular series movie. She plays the founder and the CEO of this scientific group called Blood Free, or BF for short, in which they managed to master to genetically engineer meat from the lab. Now we know about IVF, we know about cloning, so they don't exactly explain yet. Apparently only has 10 episodes, the technology behind the cloning, the engineering. Even though we can say maybe about veganism per se, but it's still meat. Like, what's the moral conundrum? Because in episode 1, we see the actress who, the character's name is called Yoon Jae-yu, that she's telling the investors and the whole people about the technology. There's some cool graphics, hologram graphics of cows, a cattle of cows going through, showing the obvious, like, this is not going to be a whole topic about veganism per se, it's not about that, but just full disclosure, I eat a mostly plant-based diet. It's impossible to be completely vegan, let's just put it that way, but I choose down to my own reasons. I'm not enforcing that to anybody, it's their own personal choice. Like, I don't need to eat meat and I don't have the need, and now that's my choice. I'm not forcing anybody to think, to have the ideas or whatnot. It's a personal choice. My kind of philosophy is the less collateral damage I can do, the better, and I haven't eaten meat myself in the last 8 years. Well, anyway, I'm just okay. The selling point and going here is about having genetically engineered meat would go and help with climate change, because of course, they say with the cows, they emit certain things, add to the CO2 and whatnot, the ozone layer. So the idea of harming the environment, because that's the angle of the show, because of course they can't plainly say, like nobody needs to be vegan anymore. So imagine with that technology, she has monopoly over the meat market in Korea, so she's held in high esteem. But within her own company, there's spies and moles that's trying to get the secrets of her company, because of course very influential people want to take over her business. Now in this particular meeting, it's the end of the year, we find the other actor of Joo Ji-hoon. Now this actor, I've seen him in some bits and pieces, but I'm not familiar with him. He plays a former soldier, now turned bodyguard. Something happened to him while he was on a base, that he was in a foreign country with his comrades, and I think the ex-president went there and an explosion happened and the president had his legs blown off. Okay, nothing funny to talk about it, but you could see the plot here. Blown off, like the guy of Woo Chae-un, the character name, his best friend dies as well. So my understanding is that he's looking after his best friend's daughter and wife financially. You know how it is when your comrades die. Well, I don't know, but the obvious turmoil that this guy's been going through. And at first, we think that he's naive when the president tells him, you gotta help me with this and that. And the day when the explosion happened, coincidentally, there was a group of people. There was Yoon Jae-yu, the CEO of Blood Free, and there was other people there, and he tells the bodyguard, go into her company, be her bodyguard, and find out the secrets. At first, I thought, how naive for him to believe the president, because we end up finding out the ex-president is not so innocent. He's complicit in trying to get of Yoon Jae-woo's technology. He kind of implants that bodyguard there, but we end up finding out that he knows the president's corrupt. He's going there for legitimately to find out if this woman had anything to do with the bomb explosions. So we're already 5 minutes into the video, and you can tell this is about corporate espionage and about theoretical technology. The idea sounds nice, because at the beginning of the episode, she goes and says, why not we don't want to stop at just genetically engineering meat, about sea life, sea creatures. And she goes in the whole, banquet thing, bringing in genetically engineered seafood. And then talks a lot about clothes, about alligators, this and that. Now this series poses a great moral conundrum. If we reach to that top of genetically engineered meat, now how can we say it's like I'll show some tips here of how they would be genetically engineering, like with some lasers and stuff, reconstructing. Now, the big point of this series, let's not stop at the food. The big point is that Yoo Ja-woo, we find out that she had a twin. Now the actress clearly doesn't have a twin in real life, but for the purposes of the series, she had a twin, and the twin passed away due to an illness in which the sister, the CEO, theorizes it was the meat that she ate. So like, what can we say, mad cow disease, salmonella, like Legionnaire's disease, that went infected her poor sister and she ended up dying. So the mission of the character of Yoo Ja-woo, we find out in the other episodes that she's managing to successfully genetically engineer human organ. Now that's the real key message of the show. The show is that the food is secondary, but it's more like improving the quality of life for people. Because you first think, oh, she's money grabbing, power hungry, and all that kind of stuff. I think she's more realistic with the sense that advancements in science takes a lot of money, in which she has a kind of like needs conversations with the bodyguard. Because already at episode 8, so there's only 2 more episodes left. We end up finding out that each of the people from our team we already discovered 2 people from the team betrayed her. For what reasons? Well, the first guy that ended up betraying her, that his wife died, and apparently he pleaded to his boss to help his wife, but she didn't warn him. It's not like she did not warn him, but on the other side, she was like, okay, I told him the warnings and we can use this as a test, because we end up finding out that she has a machine that can do the precise surgery of re-engineering body parts, whatnot. I don't know if that's the main technology for the meat, because also as well that the bodyguard in the line of fire, he ends up protecting his boss of Yoo Ja-woo, and he ends up getting shot. And you see how nice she is, but at the same time, people were like telling like her other scientist friends were like, you can't really be experimenting on him, this and that. And she's like, well, he's gonna die if we don't do this. And she managed to really like genetically engineer or laboratory made parts of his heart that was damaged when he was shot, and in some weird way gave him some altered strength as well. Now the sciencey bit, you have to suspend belief because they don't really explain that detail, because how can you without saying, okay, this sounds ridiculous. And by episode 8, the bodyguard does reveal to his boss, look, the president sent me in, but I didn't really tell them that is true. He didn't tell anything to the ex-president, and we find out that the president's son, that's also the president, hey, nepotism here at its finest. Looks like there's something wrong with him, and he wants the technology as well to help prolong his life. And we get a weird sense that the president's son, the now president, is in love with the CEO, but he stands no chance. He's a bloody psycho. How the series is going to end, there's gotta be some resolution. The bits that was a bit like too much is all this kind of like double dealing, conspiracies, and all that kind of stuff. Was like, whoa. So on episode 8. Now, spoilers, like the now president knows everything and threatens the character, the CEO, Bloodfree, let me have the technology and I help you, and she's like, no, I want the technology to be, affordable to everybody. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna bring you down because he's the president. And we get the cliffhanger, episode 8. She goes and tells the whole of Korea through a hologram projection that it is true. I've re-engineered human organs within my lab except the brain. And the president is trying to stop me from, developing, testing. And she says, the technology is not perfect yet. By all means, she says it clear and plain. She does not like sugarcoating the obvious. And she says that she needs volunteers, that there'll be rigorous testing, and of course they do a montage of cancer patients, people that clearly ill, will light up with hope that this could end up saving them. But she says, I'm not going to risk anybody first. I'm going to experiment on myself. I'm going to replace all my human organs. And when you hear that, you're like, oh, this sounds like Frankenstein level. But the bodyguard, he has a heart. He's like, look, just don't do this. Use me as proof. See, I'm walking around. And then she's like, because of course she already has 2 people who've already betrayed her, and also her secretary / solicitor. That one was sad. She turned out to be also within the thing to steal the technology. And with the bodyguard, she's like, come ça, I'm hurt that you betrayed me, but at the same time, I kind of believe you that your intentions were not to take my secrets. And then she tells the bodyguard, look, I don't want to go the long way, let's go directly to it. Because of course, if that plan pans out, everybody will be like, whoa. Then the Barrett part of this series does turn into Frankenstein level, not the scientist. Obviously, everybody, when we think of Frankenstein, we think of the creature, the put together potato man creature. But no, talking about scientist level. Okay, I thought I've rambled on too much. This is the end of the video. Now, to anybody new viewing this video and reached the end, a big thank you to any new viewers. Really appreciate we can hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments down below if you've seen the episodes and what your thoughts about genetically engineered meat, engineered body, human body parts. What do you think about that? And as I leave you always, stay safe.